Paul, a young side tonight and a defeat in the end. What did you make of the performance?
Yeah, it was a younger side, but let's not kid ourselves. A lot of those players have played first team football, so no excuses in terms of any result. I expect us to play better. We've had a tough week, but again, not an excuse. Playing a sort of 10-yard pass, it's not that difficult. Different surface, but again, we've got Bromley coming up, first game of the season, same surface. We've all the players have played on it before. It was just, a team in Hyde who looked like they just had more energy, and I don't believe that was the case, despite the fact, as I said, we have had a tough week. Getting away from that, it's been a really good week. That's a positive. Shame that we couldn't finish with a better performance.
You're just missing a bit of that seniority in the middle of the park, especially with Ben Fox and Giles Coco.
I would suggest that that's certainly an area where we struggled, amongst others, but we did look naive in there, I felt. I mean, again, speak to the manager there before, they matched teams up and that's what they did. And we were okay when we kind of ran away from the ball at times and made them work, but we too often come straight onto the ball, gave little sloppy passes away, just felt they were more aggressive in their approach. A bit like we said in the Rotherham game, as happy as I was, it was an easier game for us to kind of be up for and ready, and tonight was probably an easier game for Hyde. But every time any player puts a shirt on, it's a chance to impress, and I'm not, if I'm totally honest, I'm not too sure that many of the players really did that tonight.
Does that performance leave you concerned at all? Or?
I think I've been in and around football long enough, pre-seasons as player, as manager. It's not the biggest surprise in the world, if I'm totally honest. I don't like the result. I wanted us to win the game. Like I said, it wasn't too many positives to take from the evening. But have I been there and seen it before? Absolutely. And I'd be very, very surprised if we certainly not better on Tuesday night.
Sean Scannell went off injured during the first half, and I saw him being carried off at half-time, not looking good.
No, and young Azar as well, so that's two more injuries. I think Scans is, I forget what the terminology, but certainly Dave Moore's not holding out much hope for it being good news. I've seen him on crutches there, and he said as he kind of planted his foot, he felt almost something pop. So that didn't sound good at all, and I think as was a muscular injury, a hamstring. So we are, that's one thing we certainly are doing at the minute, is struggling for injuries. So I wasn't going to risk putting John McAtee on tonight. I think he's certainly someone that we need amongst others. It's still early stage. It is about getting minutes in the legs, but at the same time I'm also looking for understanding. I'm looking for the attitude, the desire, because again, that's what for me part of the night's about. And quite a few of them are new players to me, so it's learning about them, and that's the bit I take away from it. And it'll be interesting to see how a couple of players react to perhaps a few things that have been said.
You mentioned the injuries there. Are you expecting to have a few more back on Tuesday?
Not really. Not really. I mean, look, there were a couple of lads left out that aren't injured tonight. They weren't all about that, but I think we probably up to, I think if we included Aaron there, I think that's 8 we've got, 8 or 9, which is a lot. I think a couple of lads will have to go and get scans to see exactly what those injuries are. But that's probably a concern more than the performance, because like I said, I think we've seen that before, but injuries, sometimes you go through this and a couple are muscular but some others aren't, so it's not like it's just one thing. We'll have to assess really, I think, on Monday morning and try and get a better picture, certainly Monday evening, Tuesday morning about how many bodies we've really got. We've got to play because we've got to get ready for the season, but we've got to be careful that we don't leave ourselves too short as well.
You have got a new signing in Max, a new goalkeeper. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, someone that we watched some time ago, and kind of that name stuck, I think, in both his heads. And then kept an eye on him. His CV come through a little while ago, and if I'm honest, I didn't feel that it's someone that we would be able to get. But then a conversation at the start of the week, and things very quickly went from there. I had a chat with Max, explained where we're at with our keepers, and he was happy to come in and compete for that number one spot. I said I'm not guaranteeing that anyone, and that's whether that's James, whether that's Max. Obviously, Ollie Battersby is going to want to try and get in the mix, albeit said for a while he needs to go and get games, which hopefully he can go and get. I think tonight kind of showed that a little bit, in that certain situations, or exactly what happened, or what he needs more of to get that understanding and maybe be more confident. A big night for him realistically. Same with a few of the others, but glad to get Max in. It's another part of the jigsaw, if you like, for the squad to be complete, but still not there yet. And if the injuries continue, we'll have to go begging to see if we can get a couple more players in.
Max not here tonight, is he? One for Tuesday night, maybe?
As in the goalkeeper, yes. Sorry, Max. No. Well, as it stands, we need international clearance, which would rule him out of any games where there's fans paying. So he could play in a training ground game, but not in, certainly not at Alfreton or this evening. In fairness, he probably does need a block of training, realistically anyway. So that's again not a major concern, but hopefully that international clearance doesn't sort of take too long, so at least we've got him if we need to.
Yeah. And just finally, you're going to get bored of me asking this, but you any closer to any other signings?
No, is the answer. We realistically we made 2 this week with Max and Seb coming in. I thought Seb actually did okay tonight for us in what wasn't a good performance. I think he's only just 18 years old. He showed little bits of what he can do. He's quite tidy with the ball. I'm sure he'll play in better team performances that will make him look better as well. But with him and Max coming in this week, that's 2 we've added to the squad, so it's not been a bad week from that point of view. Like I said, a good week away, a lot of tough work's gone in. I think it helped build team spirit and bonding, that side. As I said, just a shame that we finished on a disappointing performance and result tonight.